match now. It's Hong Kong versus Japan.
Hong Kong taking on Japan. And of course, Hong Kong was the winners of Pool C yesterday. And Japan was runners-up, second place in Pool D. Hong Kong and Japan.
Big game coming up here. It's the first Cup semi-final. It's Hong Kong, who topped their pool yesterday after beating China, against Japan, who surprisingly were upset by Thailand. At the end of the day, 19 points to 24, the Thais found an extra arm and leg to beat Japan, and they find themselves in second seed of their pool, which is first time this series they've not won their pool. And Hong Kong were good against China, defeating China 19 points to 12 yesterday. This is a completely different China team they faced yesterday from Jiangsu province. And Hong Kong were riding high. Spoke to some of the players last night at dinner, and they remember beating Japan, the Cup semi-final in Qingdao Sevens last year. And here we go, the Olympians, Japan versus Hong Kong. That's a good early break from Cindy Yuan. She's been good in this tournament, getting more run-ons than normal, and she's earned her spot in the starting 7. Japan are tied up in the points ladder with China. They have to make the final if they want to win this series. And Hong Kong are desperate to get a series win or a cup win themselves. Here goes Colleen Chosfold. Around the ankles. Here goes Nam. Nam Kar-man tries to feed a short one to Yuan. Just comes off her hand. She wasn't ready for it. Left the pass a bit late. Bogi Draminadave with the ball now. This big Fijian-born Japanese representative. Nakamura. She is key to this Japanese side. If they're going to win, she has to fire. Here come the speedsters. Is that Shimizu? No, it's Yamanaka. Mio Yamanaka, the skipper. Good ball off the base to Nakamura. That looks like it's off the legs, but Charlie Brown from Singapore says there's a bit of a finger on that. So it breaks down. Good opening passage. Both teams getting a bit of ball in hand. Very, very hot down there. You can see how short the shadows are. It's in the low 30s. It's humid. It's probably weather that Hong Kong are more used to than Japan.
Crouch. Fine.
Nam with the feed. Chosfold is directly behind the scrum, just 5 meters behind the scrum. There she is. And Olsen Thorne takes it up to halfway. Cindy Yuan tries to get Chong Kai-yan on the outside.
Hands out now, it's ruck, step back. Advantage offside.
Nam looks up, sees the short sides open, has a snipe, but she's pulled down. That's a good option. Is she going to get the bounce? And that's been knocked on by Japan. Looks like offside play. It's back. It's gone back into a Japanese player. Olsen Thorne now gets those thighs pumping. She's close to the 22. Will come back for the knock on. Good option by Chong, I think it was, who chipped that over. Saw that there was no sweeper back there. And yesterday we saw Thailand rattle Hong Kong with a couple of early tries, and Japan never really recovered. Kind of knocked them out of their routine a little bit.
Fine.
Let's have a look at the scrum. It's a very strong front row on the far side for Japan. Yep, look at the big shove come in. Nam picks it up and scoots around.
Move forward. Rock.
It's a desperate battle for the ball. Christy Ching, sorry, goes in and secures that one. Olsen Thorne, she knows only a couple of ways, and that's one of them. Offside, says Mr. Brown. This is going to be a tight one, you feel. Japan got a couple of speedsters out there. Susumi in 12. Shimizu in 11. They're very fast. Shimizu, top try scorer in this tournament. Olsen Thorne closely behind. Short ball to Garvey. Adrian Garvey, the one they call Rocky, takes it up across to 22. Ewan away to Olsen Thorne. If she can step inside and get the legs going. It's a good one round the ankles by Yamanaka. Chosfold is on hand. Here's Nam. Tries to go around the much bigger player. The hulking figure of Bogi Dralmanadevi. It's there for Chosfold. Olsen Thorne snipes. Gets taken down. I think that is Susumi. She's got a number missing off her shirt with the blue headgear.
Hands away. Stay there now, it's Ruck.
Desperate defense from Japan. The battle for them to win this series. Yuki Su now, and Japan have secured possession finally halfway through this first half.
Use it.
That's a charge down from Olsen Thorne, and she doesn't get the bounce. She's got a big motor. Very powerful player. There's the big woman from Japan. She scored probably the try of the tournament in legs 1 and 2. She's gone 60-70 metres for brilliant individual tries, and here she is. She won't do much from there. Japan forced to clear. Chong Ka-Yan is back. She looks up as a wave of Japanese. She hasn't got any players behind her, and that's a good return from Chong. Very good return in the face of 4 or 5 defenders, but she's been penalised as Olsen Thorne thought she was going in for her 5th try of the tournament. Good work from Chong. Very brave. She didn't have any players behind her there. The Japanese defensive line was good. It came up. We've got a substitution with Masaki Suzuki coming on in 8. Another hard-working forward for Japan. It's been impressive as well this tournament.
Okay.
If Japan don't score soon, you sense that they'll start to force things a little bit. Great ball from Nakamura to Suzuki. Here goes Susumi, the speedster. Look at her go, Susumi. 6 tries so far. She's blazing down the wing, this little speedster. What a champion she is. Beats the tackle. Try number 7 in the tournament. It's always a big smile. She's always delighted when she crosses, and why wouldn't she be? 13th try of the series for Honoka. And just as you thought that Hong Kong were getting the upper hand, they break out and go 90 metres.
Let's go, Con.
Great ball from Nakamura. Hope we see that in the replay. Mio
Rohan, check
Yamanaka,
that's
the
half time,
skipper.
please. Check if it's half time.
She's only 20 years old. Big responsibility for the
let's go,
young
please,
woman.
come on.
No problems from out in front. 7-0 at half time. Japan, with one opportunity, have capitalised, and that's what you've got to do at knockout time. Look at her go. Hasn't got the longest stride, but she's definitely got the gas. Colleen Chosfold can't cut her off. So half time, 7-0. Hong Kong still in this. Of course, the other cup final up after this. That'll be China versus Thailand. The winner of this will play the loser of that. Thailand seemed to grow an extra leg yesterday, paying homage to the King of Thailand before each game, kneeling down on halfway. Don't forget, at 9:30 GMT, we'll be switching to rugbypass.com for the last 10 games of this event from the men's cup finals, semi-finals and onwards. Join us. Switch over to rugbypass.com at 3 p.m. local time here, in Colombo. That's 5:30 p.m. in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, China, Malaysia, Philippines. If you don't have a subscription, you can get one for free for a month. Skipper Nakamura is getting some attention. Such an important part of this machine. They'll want her to be staying on. Japan then 7 minutes away from another final. Hong Kong 7 minutes away from their first final. And that's an early break from Yuki Su. Actually, that's Mio Yamanaka. Here's Suzuki, the big forward, gets the legs pumping. Christy Cheng takes her down and a beautiful tackle. Nakamura fades off the right, steps off the right, takes on Natasha Olsen-Thorn and Schosfold. Sets up some good ball. Did that go forwards? But they're offside, says Charlie Brown. Suzuki with the quick tap and go, NRL style, just leaves the hands. Nakamura, here comes Japan. Yuki Su, outsider. She's got Anna Kuwai, one of the Olympians. It's a good tackle by Garvey. Yamanaka's on hand to pick it up. Looks for the inside ball. Hong Kong defence just holding on. Nakamura now. It's a 3-on-2. Can Suzuki chuck out the big wide pass? Is that forward? Sasumi would have been away if she could have picked that one up. She's still got a chance now. Takes on Nam, who makes a good tackle. Chong is over the top. Look at the work from Suzuki. She's all over the place. Nakamura to Anakuwai. Japan struggling frantically. They know something's going to break in a minute. Cindy Ewan over the top. Here goes Yamanaka. Can she go on the outside of Natasha Olsen-Thorn? No, she can't. That's a desperate tackle. Good work from Olsen-Thorn. Suzuki, she's back on this side. Wow, the work from that woman, Suzuki. And eventually she feeds to Nakamura, who was the skipper at the Olympics. And how hard was Masaki Suzuki working there? She was on each side of the field, right to left to right, in critical supporting roles.
Rohan, can you
and
hear
Hong
me?
Kong defence just couldn't hold. Olsen-Thorn pulled off a ripper of a tackle to save Yamanaka going over, but the numbers and just the hard work from Suzuki made that possible. Yamanaka, she's nailed it. What a great kick. She's a little champion and it's 14-0. That's going to be hard to come back from. There was the tackle from Thorn. I think it's actually Shimizu in 12. The numbers come off, and there was Suzuki with the ponytail in 8, feeding Chiharu Nakamura. Nakamura, the MVP at the Hong Kong tournament. Wonderful rugby player.
5 seconds.
So 14-0. Exciting start to the second half. Yamanaka gets us underway again. Down to Yuan. Sham is on. Sham Waisam in 8. That's good footwork by Chong. She's been impressive with the dancing feet. Christy Cheng, the veteran captain, just a stray boot there coming through. But they're offside. They got to score now. They got to score quick. Sham, they need a converted try. Who can break through this Japanese defence?
That's Ruck.
Well, Hong Kong need to do it now. Ivy Kwong there. She's on the field with a good run. Here goes Sham, just running across the field, looking for the runner, and she gets nailed by Shimizu.
High tackle 2 times.
A little bit high, says Charlie Brown. Here goes Candy Cheng. To Chong now, making it there to the halfway, doing this really hard as Hong Kong. Cheng takes a couple of meters. Really doing it the hard way as Chong takes a couple more, gets up, but she was held. She had to release there. She was held on the ground, and desperate stuff from Chong. Can't blame her for trying. Good defense from Japan though. Just patiently held on. Japan will look to put this game away in this next play if they can. They're up over the halfway. Great pass from Yuki Su to Shimizu. She's got gas as well. Susumi gets ball and all, taken by Chong. Hong Kong just can't get away from this defense. Look at the drive from Takeuchi there. But a knock on. Good defense by both sides, really. Coming out of the line was Chong. She spotted that opportunity. She took it, took the risk, and it paid off. Well read by Chong. And Christy Cheng has come off the field now. Lindsay Varty is on. Emily Sieur is on for her. Yes, she is. Look at this Japanese defense. It is hungry. Here's Nam. Good lap loop around. Just really struggling to get past that 10-meter mark. Japan so well drilled on defense. Here's Varty. Left, right. And ref out of sympathy almost for her footwork. Oh, she's going to be carded here. Offside. Infringing multiple times. So Japan down to 6, but I don't think there's time for two converted scores for Hong Kong. Might be time for one though. Here's Varty. Up to the halfway, gets taken low by Suzuki. Classic tackle. Look at that line, firing up the line speed from Japan. Hong Kong working hard for every metre here. Japan determined to keep them off the score sheet as they stride towards another cup final. Good pick from Sham. Gets support from Candy Cheng. But eventually holding on there, and well, top marks for the Japanese defence. There's the hooter, and out it goes. And so a dominating performance by Japan, showing their class under a lot of pressure from Hong Kong, who came out firing. They wanted to improve on their effort yesterday after beating China, sorry. But maybe the experience of these Japanese, now they've been to the Olympics, they've played in their own hard games in the Olympics. They took 10th spot out of 12. They know what it's like to play against better teams, and Nakamura takes them over to the far side to appreciate this crowd. Hong Kong will once again go to the plate final for the third leg in a row, and they'll be facing China or Thailand, and China must win that one if they want to stay on the hunt for the series win. They'll be up next against Thailand. There's Susumi with her 7th throw of the tournament. This was Shimizu, her outside back, who scored 9 in Hong Kong. Hasn't really got on the score sheet this weekend. Nakamura. But for me there, Masaki Suzuki, the 8 for Japan, really was a standout.